Hi, I'm B-chan. The parts of Japan nobody talks about, honestly. In Japan, women who are already thin are injecting a diabetes drug to get even thinner. And me, I'm a normal weight. And here, that's fat. Today, Japan's worship of thinness. First, look at the women. Japan treats at the top of beauty. We call them kyabajo. If you don't know the word, they work in nightclubs in Japan. They sit next to the customer. They drink together and keep the night fun. Their looks are their job. In the night world, they are stars. Young girls look up to them. And these women, already very thin, still think they are not thin enough. This part matters. It's not a heavy person trying to lose weight. It's a thin person trying to get thinner. Right now, some of you are thinking, but she's thin already. That feeling, that's too thin. That is the normal of the world. In Japan, that is not the goal. That is the start. Now, please don't misunderstand. These women are not stupid. Kyabajo can earn a lot. The top ones, in one night, a single woman can bring in millions of yen in sales. It's only a few of them. And it's not only money. If you get popular, you can become an influencer. You get followers. You start your own brand. Some become business owners. Being a kyabajo can be the door to all of that. So being thin and beautiful connects to money and to a whole future. If that's true, then thinking of a weight loss drug as an investment starts to make sense. You cut your body, the reward comes back. The math actually works. They've always invested in their looks, surgery, cosmetic work. But the newest investment, the one everyone's talking about right now, is a drug called Mounjaro. First, the truth. This is a diabetes drug. For people who medically need it, there is no problem. Please don't misunderstand that. But it kills your appetite. So people started using it just to lose weight. And this is not my imagination. In the spring of 2026, this really happened. A popular kyabajo influencer on an audition show told a contestant, Mounjaro china? You should take Mounjaro. And there was an online service that sells Mounjaro with her as the face of it. A business owner had invested in that service. Here's how it works. About 18,000 yen a month. You talk to a doctor on your phone. It's all done online. The drug comes to your door. She said, the first time I took it, I lost 5 kilos in 1 month. Let me be clear. The drug itself is not illegal. The problem was how it was sold. In Japan, Mounjaro is approved as a diabetes drug, not as a diet drug. And a person who is not a doctor, not a pharmacist, but selling it with "I lost weight." That is what people had a problem with. And here is what gave me a cold feeling. It's not that people want to be thin. So someone sells the drug, the person who makes you want to be thin, the system that sells the drug, and the person who profit. They were all connected from the start. The same people who tell you you are still fat are selling you the cure. The worship of thinness did not fall from the sky. For money, someone built it and pushed it. To be fair, that influencer later apologized. She quit being the face of it. She stopped her activities. She said she never took the money. So, I don't want to blame one girl. Maybe she, too, was just moving inside that same market. Thin sales. The problem is never one person. The problem is the structure. And for kyabajo, it gets even more cruel. Mounjaro kills the appetite. So they don't eat. But at work, they have to drink alcohol with the customer. So nothing goes in as food, but alcohol keeps going in. Not eating. The body cannot survive that. The thing they do to stay beautiful, it's cutting their body from the inside. Now, let me talk about myself. I am a normal weight, not fat, not thin. Normal. But same body to older men who like older women. I'm nice and soft. To young people today, I'm too big. And when I went to the West, most people were bigger than me. I was normal. Same body. It did not change 1 millimeter. What moves is not my body. It's the standard. It changes with the time, with the country, with who is looking. And we try to match that changing ruler and cut ourselves to fit that crazy standard. The first time I turned it on myself, I was 13. I was a big kid, soft, and one day someone said I was fat. So I looked at the singers in my class and I decided something. Their body was right. Mine was wrong. Not I'm sad. I thought my body was a mistake. Something to fix. At 13, I was already counting my own minus points. But my body was never a mistake. The mistake was a standard. The one that teaches a child her body is wrong. And this is not only my story. Even now, children who are still growing try to cut their bodies. To match what's on social media, what the adults around them say, a weight they need to grow up healthy, gets called fat. This is not beauty. This is sacrificing a child's health for an adult's face. And that face, as we just saw, may have been built for money. The youngest, weakest ones are always the first to get hurt. So let me say just this. The standard of beauty changes with the time, the country, an old man's mood, and someone's profit. You don't have to hand over your health to something that's shaky. If you're naturally thin, be proud of that. It's your body, too. Soft or normal, the person who decides, I'm fine as I am, is probably the most beautiful. Me, at my age, getting very thin, just adds wrinkles and makes me look older. So I stay as I am. That's not giving up. It's not pretending. I'm just choosing my body for my own reasons. And that is enough. There's only one thing that's not okay. Hurting your health to get thin. Your shape is free. But handing your health to someone else's money-making faith, that's different. And you may have noticed, in the end, this is know your place. A bigger woman should know her place. Stay small. Don't stand out. The same cause as Busu from last time. Just the body version. I have stopped holding that ruler against myself. Next time too, I'll talk honestly.